So, what if I told you there's one simple shift in your thinking that could totally reshape your financial future? Seriously. It's got nothing to do with picking some hot new stock or cutting out your morning coffee. It's all about one question. Who gets the first cut of your paycheck? Let's start with this question right here, and I want you to be really honest with yourself. When you get paid, who is the absolute last person to see a single dollar from that check? I mean, think about it. The rent gets paid, the car payment, utilities, groceries, your phone bill, bam, 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 they all get their share right off the top. But after all of that is said and done, who's left standing at the very, very end of the line? Well, for most of us, it's ourselves. Or to be more specific, our future selves. And this right here, this is the financial playbook most of us are following without even realizing it. The money hits your account and almost immediately it starts flying out. First, it goes to the must-haves, the bills. Then it goes to the wants, that dinner out, that new gadget, that weekend trip. And then finally, if there's anything left over, and let's be real, that's a big if, maybe, just maybe, it gets shuffled over into savings. But here's the crazy part about that default system. It's fundamentally flawed. When we treat saving money as just an afterthought, we're not really budgeting. We're gambling. We are literally betting that there's going to be some money left for our future. We're leaving the financial security of the person you're going to become completely up to chance. And you know what? Chance is a terrible financial planner. So it's pretty clear the old way just isn't cutting it for a lot of people. It's time for a complete mental flip. We have to totally rewire how we think about the flow of our money and, more importantly, who we actually owe it to first. And this is that flip. It's called the pay yourself first rule. And the core idea is so simple but so powerful. You create a system that makes sure your future self's finances are secure before your bills even get a look in. It's a total reversal of priorities. And this slide just lays it out so perfectly. Okay, look at the left. That's the old formula. Your income minus all your expenses equals whatever's left for savings. It's totally passive. Now look at the right. This is the new active formula. Your income minus your savings equals what's left for expenses. See the difference? You decide your savings goal first, you treat it like it's a non-negotiable bill, and then you figure out how to live on the rest. So you stop asking, how much can I save? And you start asking, how do I live on what's left after I save? This right here is the whole mindset shift. You have to stop thinking of savings as this optional, nice-to-have thing. Start thinking of it as the most important bill you have every single month. It's a debt you owe to the person you're going to be in 10, 20, or even 30 years. And you know what? Unlike your phone bill, this is the one bill that actually pays you back with interest. Okay, so the idea sounds great, right? It makes sense. But the real question is, how do we actually put this into practice without it feeling like some awful chore? Let's get into the nuts and bolts of building this system. And the good news is, it's way, way simpler than you'd think. Honestly, it all comes down to these 3 simple steps. First, just decide on an amount. It could be a percentage of your paycheck or even a small, fixed amount to get started. The key is just to start. Second, and this is the absolute game changer, you automate it. You set up a recurring transfer. And third, you schedule that transfer for the day you get paid. That way, the money is already working for your future before you even have a chance to see it and miss it. And let me be perfectly clear, automation is the secret weapon here. It's what makes this whole system basically foolproof. Our willpower? It runs out. We all have days where we're tired or we feel tempted to spend. Automation just takes that whole variable out of the equation. It turns a good intention into an effortless, unbreakable habit that just quietly builds your wealth in the background. All right, so you've built the system. It's running on autopilot. Now we get to the best part, the payoff. I mean, beyond just watching a number in a bank account go up, what are the real life-changing rewards of investing in your future this way? The rewards just get better and better over time. In the short term, it starts with this incredible sense of peace of mind, just knowing you have a safety net. But as that grows, it really evolves into something more, true financial freedom. The power to maybe quit a job you hate, or take a few months off to travel, or even start your own business. And the ultimate long-term reward? Well, you get to meet a future version of yourself who is secure, stable, and so grateful for the small, consistent choices you started making today. This really gets to the heart of it, doesn't it? That small, automatic transfer that you don't even really notice, it's not just a financial transaction. It's a vote of confidence in your future. It's a promise that you make and a promise that you keep to the person you're working so hard to become. All right, let's bring this all home and talk about making your very first promise. What's the one simple, tangible step you can take, maybe even right now, to put this whole thing into motion?
In the end, it all just boils down to this one simple question. Forget about what's left over. Forget about what's convenient for a second. Just ask yourself, what does the person I'm working to become? What do they truly deserve? When you answer that honestly, paying them first stops being a financial tactic, and it starts feeling like the most important promise you could ever make. Thanks for joining me for this explainer.